토마델이야 아니 예통의 스케일이 이게 다 예체베 레벨로 상월이야 아니 정리 테스트에 참여시고요 아니 드링기 얘기 로티체 그 주식 가르쳐드리고 수요라시나 아니 이제 주변의 CBSE 로티 아니 그래서 나저 챕터 2버디 Polynomials 차디 루스웨 아니 Polynomials디 아니 단다 얘기 예통이 당고치스 디 넘버 2 Polynomials디 인제 미지 넘버 3 디 마시브 년동 당고디 인제 미지 시로 나스라니 로도 상월 비교시고요 수행 안디 나리아 Polynomials기 칭이레 다나신 constant rate coefficient rate variables rate 된도 상마 차산지 디나리 요수에 안디 베미시케이션 부차비리 요수에 Polynomials디 로젠디 단다 데리아 모드디 항상 계중 부차비리 요수 안 드린 이 Polynomials 드르추베 로젠디 나라냐 다른 년도 디기 세상의 슈고리아 로또 처음에 가리키는 걸 수요하시나 한 당고데리아 you should be able to find the value of a polynomial p of x when x is given. Nivadelia, you should be able to find the zeros of a polynomial. And somebody you should be able to derive the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of a polynomial. 제가 따뜻한 상맥이 예도디 젤리아 넘버 상맥이 심바슈레스 남주에이 안 토마데리아 단다 지들 주비기 로체인다 자기 요 말때 이네 지들 주비기 단다 로체인다비아리아 value of a polynomial and numbers of the case 마케 버지나 지로 고베나 자이로와 안디 못 고니직 디시시게이 and numbers of zerona the value of a polynomial numbers 여기 conditional value of polynomial 슈고 라버시나 데리 이야기 레가부터네 방린도 니 있어요. So number 3이 방린 방법이 substitute. 하데리아 가리 substitute 주는 게 제일 디시슈기 substitute 주 딱 삽로 올라. 되게 삽으로 되는 거예요. 당고들이야 삽 value 찍기 삽 constant number로 가는 게 삽 추구해줘. only to 3이 find the value of a polynomial 라이브나 당고들 삽 구해야 되는 number 3이 zero 나수에. 이거들이야 and simplification. Well, today this is a value change live na polynomial ki value change live na and polynomial ki value change la reference point x ki value y ki value teo detail ma to chodi chasang chayo maro o the value ki x ki chap lu che and 먼저 ya simplify chiorishna you can find the value of a polynomial ki value ki set to shwe so they still go in order to find the value of a polynomial p of x on the polynomial p of x like chiorishna we substitute the value of a constant in place of variable x. Polynomial is a variable state. This is a constant. 당고디, step 당고디. And the 루산이 슈고르야. 안게 딜레가 손자 아니 simplification 치워라시나. Then simplify 치워라시나. You will be able to find the value of a polynomial and numbers of value of polynomial set to raise share. Penetration 치워라시나. That is a polynomial. We have given a polynomial p of x. 3x squared minus 7x plus 4. That is what you are telling us. You are telling us. Because polynomial the value is low. The reference point area x is equal to 3. Polynomial the value is low. x3 equals x2 equals x0 equals minus 5 equals a equals. This stage is about another x value the current is 3. Chesan number 3 tanjing issue numbers of the display now find the value of this polynomial. Live version number 3 당고들이야 polynomial rather number 2 감직지 예 kasi 레림 당고들 나리야 감쇼 차지 보레스 감쇼 까부시다 감쇼 겸무지 제사들이야 감쇼 까우디 constant check 감쇼 겸무디 가르쳐도 오시나 variable x square 안데리야 동다 체 감쇼 까우디 나올리야 negative 7 체 and variable part the 감쇼 겸무디 and 차지요 그러시나 점직 점수 and then 나올리야 감쇼 까우디 constant 체 variable part the 매우송자 x raised to power 0 매우 말했어 variable the x raised to power 0 and x raised to power 0 the variable the constant chalu jesa dili a constant term bolwa and the time the variable the coefficient number c the 2 1 0 whole number polynomial ki variable the exponent should be whole number, non-negative integer should be just the polynomial the polynomial the value issues like khatu at x is equal to 3. So the example thangbo khachu substitute. How is substitute x is up 3 x is up 3 number sami ki wa khachu x is up 3 x khawa yone samana 3 just there x is up 3 square. There x is up 3 so this here plus and there x me wache this is amalia thangbo di substitute che kaki x is up 3 polynomial di number then we need to simplify simplify chua so 3 square khachu 9 ani 7 negative 7 times 3 is negative 21 plus 4 and this is number 9 3s times is 27 negative 21 plus 4. So this is number 27 minus 21 consider 6 plus 4 is 10. So therefore, the value of polynomial p of x at x is equal to 3 is 10. And this it is denoted by p of 3. Polynomial the value for p of x is sub 3 to p of 3 the value are 10 is. Number some okay I'm also dealing oh yeah, that value of polynomial find the value of polynomial p of x is equal to x minus 2 at x is equal to 1. So polynomial b x is sub 1 is na return the value is result substitute x is sub 1 so x is sub 1 p of 1 p1 and then x is sub 1 so 1 minus 2 negative 1. So therefore ani polynomial d value at x is equal to 1 the polynomial p of px at x is equal to 1 is negative 1. So this is and it is denoted by p of 1 the value negative 1 p1 will wake up to negative 1 rather polynomial it is denoted by p of 1 sure. You see find the value of px is equal to x minus 2 at x is equal to a and there you 1 plus 1 the a number some say a to constant maros in a b c like the letters alphabet variable ready in a constant in some not fixed a fixed number here mato kasingen sure machine constant runs here mato ko variable ko so constant is some in a curry made how ko maro the a share. So there we are that hungry can share substitute x gets up a x gets up a p of a is equal to a minus 2 and this simplified share like terms so the value is share is value of this polynomial p of x at as x is equal to a is negative a minus 2 a minus 2 value and it is denoted by p of a and the hand sign value of a polynomial it is denoted by p of a polynomial p of px is up a plus 1 pa this value on this value of the polynomial value of the polynomial is the value of a polynomial p of x polynomial 0 is not the value says to reference point when x is equal to a the constant and g 1 plus 1 but there a plus 1 the generalized here a the constant 0 1 2 3 fixed a where a is the real number is the value obtained by substituting x as a. It is denoted by p of a. Value says right now, if you are asked to find the value of a polynomial, first thing is you need to substitute the value of x. Well, we need to substitute the value of a constant in place of x. The constant x gets up low. Value of the polynomial. 비제 넘어 쓰는 세우 차이 샤레 쉐 아니 엔조 치워시대 버리시나 다 델리아 치워드리 수와 find p negative 1 if p of x px is equal to x raised to power 4 minus 3x cubed plus 5x squared 딜리시 라이브 버리시나 다디 p negative 1 다시 쉬소 그래도 x 기 삽 negative 1로 p negative 1 stands for p of x 기 value 체시로 at x is equal to negative 1 아니 x 기 삽 negative 1 왜 x 기 삽상 삽래야 negative 1 왜 레스인데 p negative 1 stands for the value of p of x at x is equal to negative 1 다 델리아 polynomial 되기 x 기 삽 negative 1로 버리시나 아니 p of x at x is equal to negative 1 value is we need to substitute negative 1 in place of x the polynomial dinala x 삽상 negative 1 왜 이 인데 상벌이야 solution 집에 값수 polynomial 마 인지민지 슈산 슈볼 polynomial 들이야 denote 치면은 인지민지 representing px such to which polynomial can be is denoted by p of x, g of x, f of x와 하대 당부디 substitute 치어와 method new substitute so x gets sub halwe negative 1 and there x gets sub negative 1 and raised to power 4 minus 3 x gets sub negative 1 whole cube plus 5 x gets sub negative 1 whole square. Let's simplify here. Simplify it this negative base raised to power even number becomes a positive. Base the sign the negative the positive so this positive 1. And the negative the base exponent the odd number negative 1 sign the and 1 cube the 1 plus 5 che and the negative base che count the even number exponent and the base the sign the positive so the symbol 1 minus 3 times negative 1 plus 5 times 1 so the answer is 1 plus negative times negative positive 3 ones are 3 so 5 1 times is 5 so 1 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 1 plus 3 4 plus 5 is 9 so the p of negative 1 the value is 9 so we are asked to find p of negative 1 the value of the polynomial at x is equal to negative 1 say shoes low to work with our boss okay find the value of polynomial at x is equal to 1 that can that so we need to substitute 1 in place of x x can have a 1 where substitute here simplify so write down the polynomial solution to this p of x is equal to 3x squared minus 7x plus 4 substitute here x gets have 1 where so when you substitute 1 in place of x so what do you get here 3 times 1 square minus 7 times 1 plus 4 so 3 minus 7 plus 4 and 3 names 7 version negative 4 plus 4 so negative 4 the plus 4 the value 0 so value of the polynomial 0 the value of a polynomial now polynomial the value 0 아니 0 중에 수래 1고 x 기 sub 1고 제 value 0 내서 D 무슨 1 is called 0 of this polynomial. So 먼저 그러니까 아니 topic 이거 찾아보래. 지선 단지 value of the polynomial. 제일 상가 0 900의 value of the polynomial 라이하고 그만큼 벌시나 0 of polynomial 괜히 말하나 나머지. 지선 D is over 0를 해서 뭐 갈라고래. value 왕자래. 넘버 substitute values there. 단지 value 0 내면서 9, 10 less 1 D 나 시점에 대가 less value is 0 so 0 내 중에 이 수로 x 1 분의 2 분의 3 분의 1 분의 less 1 so D is 1 is called the 0 of this polynomial so 먼저 이거 is 0 of the polynomial 찾아보려 주세요 so the 1 is called the 0 of polynomial p of x polynomial D 0라는 컨디션이라고 그러나 D 첫 1 which value 0에 value 0에서 on the electromagnetic 1 와 So polynomial is 0 correct 1. Okay, so 먼저 이 이것이 0 of a polynomial 가리야 그래서 지혜이 and 0 of a polynomial 이 다 그래지려고 그러나 value 0 인지미지 value 0로 이말하시나 0 of the polynomial 나고 이래 중요해 들어야. So we are also find the 0 of polynomial p of y is equal to y plus 1 by trial and error method. 다 0 세가 돼야 근데 생기면 value도 0를 되면 따로 와. 탑시치 마용 양 탑시치 지혜로 trial and error method. So 디 0 세가 돼야기 method 방법이 차리 우수해. So 딜이야 또 먼저 방법 세가 돼야 polynomial 디 가도 먼저 여기 polynomial p of y is equal to y plus 1. 그래도 파디엘 세가 돼야 파 0 가래 그래서 뭐 0 value 0려고 왜 value 0려고 디 그래서 몰라 파 디엘 reference point 때 so reference point 먼저 세가 돼 y 디 value 만한 substitute 치라고 y value substitute 치니 polynomial 디 value 0 레스나 한 데데샤 0 다 당고들이야 먼저 이 y 디 value 0로 해라. Now we are going to substitute y is equal to 0. value 생각하면서 substitute 주고 아니 아무리 reference 때와 하지만 너희들 0 치고 0 세력이 만한 좀 뭐가 더 생각도 value 그래 하긴 레드인데 따야가 y 이차로 가로서 0 y 이차로 0 plus 1 so answer 하고 plus 1 0 레드 뭐 so 0로 돼서 뭐라 answer 0 레드 그래서 polynomial 0 되는 거 하지만 0 내면도 어디 내가 찾아도 수행 니들 다만 탑시 칠에 0 내요 야야 야야도 그래서 지제로 polynomial 기기와 먼저 탑가로래 y is equal to 1 탑시 심바시다 안에 0 맞서 또 1로 0 리기도 따가지 주대 상발로 같이 해 y is 1고요 y is 1고 what we get is p of y 같이 해 p1 찾으러 y 기차로 1 plus 1 그래서 2 야야야 value 0 레미도 so 1 is not a zero of this polynomial 0 마리샤스 1도 y 기차 1도 0 레 맞서 아데리아 맞서 같이 해 polynomial 랑자리아 맞서 같이 해 y is equal to negative 1 so negative 1도 상발로 가려서 y 기차 negative 1 is equal to negative 1 y 기차 plus 1도 상발로 야 맞서 가려서 0 라서 value 얘는 0 라마서 얘는 라마서 1다 0니 말했어 so negative 1이 먼저 value 갈래서 0 지상 polynomial들이 0를 중에 수는 negative 1 so negative 1 is since the value of p of y is equal to y plus 1 and x y is equal to negative 1 is 0 negative 1이 0를 내서 1이 0를 맞서 2를 내서 0를 맞서 1을 내서 그래서 0를 중에 수래 negative 1 therefore negative 1 is the 0 of this polynomial so polynomial 이 0 세주거나 탑시 탐보도 되었어요 탑시 치 마용량 원칙제 okay so that 먼저 이 polynomial 이 definition 같이 하던 0 of a polynomial if p of a is equal to 0 the polynomial 이 value 0 내고 다시 나왔어 a 기술에 real number인데 definition a 디 단단히 negative 1 무슨 y 디 sub negative 1 definition x 네 polynomial y 네 그러면 디 sub a로 좀 value 갈래 0 for a for a real number a the real number immersion then a is called 0 of the polynomial 단단 there is negative 1 which is 0 less 1 so there is 0 of the polynomial should be using there is straight 다 there 만수기 0 제가 도시오 나와라시나 다 단지 먼저 탑시 마용 치소 근데 치워라시나 다 디도 치워진 버지나 탑시 지 마용 레레가 주주 쉬우지 가게 이 무슨 그 trial and error method 기 모두 지고 체기 가실 때 레로 요때 이 망치야가 깔아 쉬우차도 이 무슨 자 당도 탑시 채워 탑시 채야는 너무 상관없는 게 쉬우서 0 나는 안 되지 쉬우도 0 나나 polynomial 디 value 0 레버시나 x itself constant chibushi so the muson za and manzo kharare tapshi sachi kharchi shareda for 0 of polynomial the 0 naya ga polynomial the quran ki value 0 ni bushi so the is about the hang sign ke chimu da ko samay 0 che shule some bala condition b inje biji tu sharo shi suye so 0 che shula sona ni quran polynomial the value 0 bushi kharchi mana 0 level na 0 ne chunge gi thang dila constant dila ni 0 of the polynomial lago re cheta du se shwe di example ya condition di shabe thoni and manju polynomial sure 2x minus 3 1 so 2x minus 3 polynomial di rangja ma shu is equal to 0 t share the polynomial re kasa manju ki equation mare te yine condition ma shana manju 0 chhe me trial and error method ki chu shu kari so that the example manju khara so x ni chega do ya 0 su do ta level shu cha so ni che ji bu so so this is example ya ani negative 3 di chu ke so na transpose sure na ani kha cha so positive 3 cha so ani x is equal to 3 upon 2 x is equal to 3 upon 2 so manju ya polynomial di 0 su re la 3 by 2 yes sir tadi rather than the number 6 here phagel ya polynomial di x ki sub 3 by 2 the chaplo che value 0 le ho and check chi na manju so 0 of this polynomial is 3 by 2 lo so manju check chi example ya let's see polynomial di su re la 2x minus 3 is ani value di 3 by 2 lo the 0 li do la ho ali ni milta hai na di jeman ro number so di check chi ko hai ro ma number so set ya condition ru ta hai so ta aso tengwe de phagi rather with it the example at x is equal to 3 by 2 0 rather with time ta x ki sub 3 by 2 lu da so so there your polynomial p of x ki sub la p 3 by 2 lu for example 2 rangja ma shi do x ki ba sub khalu do 3 by 2 and minus 3 and 2 the 2 ni cancel chhe ba and khala so so 3 minus 3 so 3 minus 3 khale 0 so polynomial x the p of x ki sub x ki sub 3 by 2 lu di value khale so 0 0 le chuge su le 3 by 2 re do ta 3 by 2 진짜 무슨 지구예요 말이스. 만주로 시작하고 polynomial 디 0 치 주었으나 condition D for 0 of a polynomial p of x should be 0. value 0 고 데리지로 0로 고. 디 진짜 polynomial 디 equation 마치 and this we can find the 0 of a polynomial straight. 제상 따디 numbers 케나 다 0 레도 민데 따야라 value 디 x 기 sub constant 로 타마들이야. 그러니까 value 0와 only 0 li 되면 돼. this level is not 0 is minimum is. 다들이야 definition of -5d because 0 왜 말해? numbers 9 value y 기 sab을이야 negative 5로 아니 value 0 li 되면 돼. 그래나 negative 5 0 polynomial 디 0 is 말려 버리시나 0 마인 바로 당신 받을 레스나 negative 5 0 말이시 아슬. 오케이. 아주 야지 तादेलिया सेव शुएला ता मदो 0 सेगा तो चिएलिया लेसन थंबुत नालिया नि जनरल फॉर्म ऑफ लिनियर वन polynomial like this here and nam summation or linear level sambala degree का base है वा variable degree exponent highest exponent 1 inverse sonza variable के exponent push to 1 inverse sonza the polynomial दिला linear polynomial and the general form चिदांगी polynomial की generalized feature वा ax plus b where a and b are constant and a is not equal to 0. So this kasan le number de dishes sama shue ta penetration na mozo linear polynomial se x the power kar do 1 this le bar number sami ikhe wa ta del da x ki ba ta sinjama shue ne shi di yamu chalo di constant di x ki ba cha so x ki coefficient. So what is the coefficient of x here? 3. There are coefficient x kar do a and there are coefficient yo mare kolia variable never son the constant term la v the 5 which is about compare to example by comparing these two polynomial general form data nazo te polynomial de compare to example x the coefficient a rishas dela x coefficient 3 so that here a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 5 so these numbers can go to the tree and general form of a quadratic polynomial in one variable quadratic lana na degree to shoot 2 in it x to power 2 x to power 1 then x raised to power 0 0 1 2 and to shoot 2 so degree to shoot 2 in a quadratic polynomial sure ta delia manzo shibaji pesha let us consider this quadratic polynomial 2x square minus x plus 3 by 2 and the quadratic polynomial and the yekasinyama shuswa terms are separated by plus sign term the plus the future is negative zoning material no shadi de manzo coefficient di produce so the negative do usle barasna plus g the negative d constant term the now roll sign the negative future There never is 1 1. Constant mena 1 1. And she there a variable to mena x raised to power 0. So then she goes share depending on study goes way. And compared to this x square की coefficient x square की coefficient घर तो देगा a देगा x square coefficient घर तो 2. So therefore the value of a is 2. ताम ऐसी x coefficient घर तो negative 1. किसी मतलब term दिखवा separated by plus or minus लास्ट ना positive 1 निकलो. So this b plus 1 chance of value. This तब पर statement दोस्त. जिसमें terms are separated by positive plus sign. this negative number लोशिना तब b की such that सुदेदो negative 1. And ताना शी c की such सुदेदो 3/2. ये numbers खेंदो शी define in straight. तब मंजू के लेरिम तब मंजू जिंदे चुबा की लोग सेंग यूना मेना चेक चाटी दो straight. 0 the value of polynomial, the zeros of polynomial number some can share it in Google and zero Google also kisi the singing original numbers case one. Today, relationship between the cubic loops and the zeros and the coefficients of linear polynomial. Sikrande, Java, Sudasu Java, zeros, value 0 legion, polynomial, the value 0 legion, constant 0, dida, and a polynomial, the coefficient x square. Quadratic x square के coefficient, x के coefficient, on so parallel Java's rules, and we carry a CI now. So there you are, the general form of a linear polynomial. The issues on degree 1 in ax plus b, where a and b are constant, a is not equal to 0. So for 0 of polynomial, that is 0 से बात बोल रहा हूँ 0 दा coefficient parallel Java's rule and the polynomial degree linear polynomial की 0 दी 0 से बात बोल रहा हूँ the condition कर दो p of x is equal to 0. P of x is student ax plus b रो. So ax plus b is equal to 0 and plus b so क्या ना अच्छा सो negative b अच्छा सो and x is equal to negative b ad divided by a छाड़वा. So the value of x is minus negative b upon a. So the example 0 to 0 the polynomial is negative b upon a. So the 0 of the polynomial. Tadi hagi number the number what is a times negative b by a lu what is a cancels a negative b the positive b ni khacha 0 cha so the value lu what is polynomial the value 0 li to the inverse song manzu ki negative x ki sub negative b by a lu song 0 li go the inverse negative b by a is called 0 of this general form of linear polynomial. Tadi 0 d ni barashna the coefficient of paral khare dewa do and ye thadi ni choose on number sangme and sangme shingo re b la khare do de constant term x raised to power 0 d variable meaning de la constant term lo so b la sure so the general form the 0 is constant term and sign the mark just negative constant term divided by a to the coefficient of x ki ho so the number y coefficient of x square. So x should be called the coefficient of x. So this example linear polynomial ki zeros ta coefficient ni paral jawab where dos 0 d ratios negative minus b by a dos polynomial says na and did I get jawab na constant term divided by coefficient of x a ratios. So jeman polynomial stage hai मतलब ये छह श्लोक छह जुड़ा 0 छह छह मान value क्या होगा मतलब कि constant term देना ताने शी coefficient of x की value तो बोलना you can find the 0 of the linear polynomial this way one. So every linear polynomial has a maximum of 1 0 linear is about the big 1 1 mangta the chick is che message 0 mangta the chick best has 1 0 limit of maximum of 1 0. So in this check whether 1 negative 1 are zeros of this polynomial. Written data number so that is substitute value the kanji chance and you see the polynomial the mass and in hangu there 1 divided x is 1 which 0 written p1 is equal to x is 1 square minus 1 square because 1 minus 1 less 0 0 remember ratios 0 is 1 negative 1 negative 1 to the negative 1 square 1 minus 1 again 0 and finally 0 ratios So the 1 and negative 1 are both zeros of this polynomial. Tunda do khari shwe na tanji the linear polynomial ka case less one zero maximum chi machine do. Polynomial can have more than one zero. Zero chi le one na dos. Then ni less one zero. That the quadratic wa ta na ju cubic do le ngo ju. Indeed, in somebody every quadratic polynomial has maximum of two zeros. Quadratic polynomial in service degree 2 in service hula maximum zero in this way. That number somebody a Nyama ki legendary ni seus to quadratic polynomial condition of it. Condition 3x squared plus x minus 5 right? See what is not? Because Nyama legendary number term is schedule polynomial la so na and term number ya gamsho ka awishta gamsho da de save ro chalo save the lus ta jamu ro ini lus char version na base la and the number ya x ki power di mena 1 raise 3 ba daily constant the male raise na correct sure is not 1 raise tanish del male raise na correct x raise to power 0 raise ये kasi ये मशहूर से polynomial दी so quadratic polynomial की general term दिखा रहे ax square plus bx plus c रो अब कोई नहीं compare चीज़ दे कोई भी होगा x square की coefficient हर दो a देखा चीज़ हर दो 3 so a की value खर्चा सो 3 ताने सी दी coefficient x की होगा so b देखा चीज़ सूरे 1 ताने सी दे लिया x square x raised to power 0 बंदा never stone down and दिखा चा रहे constant term so c दिखा चा सो -5 compare चीज़ सब हम तो खरा दो a is equal to 3, b is equal to 1, and c is equal to -5. These are some temperature showing. Honey, number summation what is this chije and the color na variable part में so and constant term. The term becomes the constant term should be showing. Now the next culture to relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of quadratic polynomials. So the number quadratic polynomial the lobsing the multi-point number sum which to see the give factorization of algebraic expression. So let us consider a quadratic polynomial there 2x squared minus 8x plus 6 quadratic polynomial penetration the chazan number common 2 4 times 2 3 times common so the language to say quadratic polynomial the money say the language to say that they are constant with something they are common you get 2 3 4 1 minus so the it comes to me this way that in middle term speech this amala khache kimalia -4x that dini dur che to 3x square ki kimalia and don't che and dilla so -3 da -1 ye dong ra -4 li wa so the sum of factorization is the giving number siwachi and the nga there ya zu to da this mare shwe that there are 2 times so there are common khacha so x and x minus 3 che and then now we are common khardo -1 and x and -3 this should is ambala coin ni ga common x minus 3 ho timati and kharla so x minus 1 तब हम कर से हाथ वो डी polynomial दी zero से हाथ वो होता है ना दोस्तों zero quadratic polynomial दी zero से हाथ वो है ला मंगबजी you have to use factorization of trinomial middle terms में चिकवे ने रे identities में चिकवे ने रे डिपेंड में सी या ये केचुंबो रांसोती मजांगी ने हम factorization दी जंगो चीज़ हुए तब zero से हाथ वो है ला for zero polynomial तंजी choose a condition करे polynomial दी value खर हो रहे zero को polynomial दी value zero नहीं है trial and error method change to zero shoes got it. So the change of x here value is zero mission. So the polynomial is surrey now. Manze polynomial d irwa. And 2 times x minus 3 times x minus 1 is equal to 0. And the is some karna hote lo. Then so sum yun ni dile bo. Yamena di 0 yamena di 0 yamena di 0. So the 2 is equal to 0 yoy me che. Phake sangan 0 charwa. And karna so x minus 3 the x minus 1. So x minus 3 is equal to 0 raise yamena or x minus 1 is equal to 0. Minus 3 part of the so plus 3. So therefore x is equal to 3, x is equal to 1. And 3 the 1 the color है zeros of polynomial. The color है zeros of polynomial. And now to see the x is sub 3 zero one zero ली तो मिलता है value. आने से x is sub 1 which value zero ली कमाली. तभी ये ना वो एक जुम्जे करेगा ना 1 या दूसरी चीज़ में मतलब polynomial this way to is 1 या. So multiply is 3 4 so 12 lido thanishi 1 ya chi 12 divided by 3 chi wachina 4 lido ya multiplication di division di this is about thanishi deli ya manzu gi deli ya quadratic polynomial di 0 che so 0 ke na ani yege quadratic polynomial swetu best right and manzo zero go big concept hashi penesi ke ju cha to shwe ta de jik sia oya ta de ya penesha shi na ta di manzo cha so ta mani ya de ji yo da de shi de na 3 tang 1 are zeros of polynomial de ke go 3 and 1 are zeros of polynomial je de je da polynomial de sui ne ke yo ma manzo polynomial de se shu so so de se ha de ya la khal chi mo re na ani 0 ye na x की value 3 cha so de x की value 3 मसों का 0 ला दो जैसा 0 ही ना x की value 3 का x value 1 x की value 3 x की value 1 ताना शी plus 3 दी भागे सुना खचल दो बे plus 3 दी भागे सुना खचल दो minus 3 x minus 3 0 0 लिख दो ताना शी देला x minus 1 0 0 लिख दो दिने शी plus 3 दी भागे सुना x minus 3 दा x minus 1 दी इन्हें तो देख 0 0 खाला और ना remainder 0 ले लो 0 को बना factor जो factor थ्योरम remainder थ्योरम remainder 제가 돼야라 거의 remainder 나와 factor 들어만 remainder 이제 0 거로 so 디 시속이 다디 파티에서 0 리더라 디 라이어만 디 갈라오래 x minus 3d is equal 0 말이지 x minus 3d 같이 하래 factor 차 polynomial 저도 그거에 factor 들어온 게 직다 봐 so 디 다시 x minus 1 이게 factorです그래서 x minus 3 다 x minus 1 are factors of p of x 안 가서 12기 괜찮아 3 더 4 와 3 4 so 12 4 3 so 12 3 4 times kwaniya duration kendani duration khalle so 12 less 1 12 is also a factor dinashin dida diniga pf x ki kendani imbarashna factor imbarashna kwani yuna yudo de ko kendani is so this is about x minus 3 times x minus 1 is also a factor of p of x yes and the yuni manzo khalle so de the x ki x like the x square x negative also the minus 3 equal to this set x negative 1 like this set and also there is like terms don't check currently do thama there x square minus 4x plus 3 like equal but it will kill like you the kache lagi na polynomial d takta de do x square minus 4x plus 3 that's all ta kani hare na ye 265 d manzo there ya sam de lo ki value the 1 is 1 mai na dina logo lajido and the ke t-shirt dance came to you and thanda cups for being on the cake value surena 2 shimbali 3 the you see the d into samala and answer the polynomial dirasre chesa yani margin sebo dinde chinjo and kwani paral jewa dwemi de tagash bina so this is the required quadratic polynomial and answer the general form the ax squared plus bx plus c that you so on that it is number so yel ya ush sigochi number so lelim jima de twelve wa inji minji yel sik sigochi is to shwe and number so ya that the derivation of relationship between zeros and coefficients of quadratic polynomial de aji kang de ya c che mo jai che na ta khan gyo shi ta de ya mo gi quadratic polynomial shi wa so standard form the ax squared plus bx plus c ro so let the polynomial, quadratic polynomial be ax squared plus bx plus c and the zeros be alpha and beta. Quadratic derivative is about 0 khaso re maximum need ho. So the maximum need yo chashi is alpha and beta. So tanje manzo de ya value di 0 di manzo ge the value di 3 the 1 ba ni la shi de la alpha the beta and x is equal to alpha x is equal to beta alpha the pha ke origina negative alpha x minus alpha che beta phage x minus beta khacha factor cha ko di shakya pa am phagil gam ye sigo chi shwe shakya pa to sigo rishna am ngo khali go de x minus alpha times x minus beta ngo square polynomial de rali ho ngo polynomial de da ni chi ko cha da ji chi ko cha so di ne shin de chi ko cha ko be shwe so the example they get chi go et jumze de da ji shu so constantly some 1 is it some 1 mai ba shima de less no cake value de go is way the example ya that is simplifies the example the multiplies the example on to khara so x square minus beta x minus alpha x plus alpha beta and then the common to the example what you get is k times x square minus j 아니 델이야 x common 와 아니 beta plus alpha 하게 야면 alpha plus beta 같이 내리고 plus alpha beta 다디 만주기 quadratic polynomial 제일 빼면서 되어요. quadratic polynomial 세수 가수나 보고 상미기 포뮬라 D 고쳐줘요. k times x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta 이거래 sum of zero 이거 alpha beta zero 이거 so 시작이야 sum of zeros 다 product zero 대체 quadratic polynomial solution 시작이야 되고요. sum of zero 되나로 product zero 되나로요. polynomial 되나 so those teacher 먼저 되려 let's one 다 되려 한번 simplify 해야 k multiply 치니 what you get is kx square minus k will multiply to minus alpha plus beta times kx plus alpha beta k. दूसरी चीज हम बोलो था दे मुझे compare चिदा x square coefficient कर दो a लो del कर दो k ताने से del x की coefficient del x coefficient b से del x coefficient minus alpha plus beta k del या constant term del alpha beta k del कर दो c. So this is example compare to this example what we get is this. रासो तीसरा example या del या alpha plus beta मतलब del या quadratic polynomial ला शक्य 0 से 2 मारे formula like linear polynomial ना शी 0 से है मारे but करियर ना sum of zeros the product of zeros मतलब शी 2 raised to sum of zeros ना product of zeros जितना sum of zeros दे शाव रचना अन मतलब खरा रे minus k दिखा के रचना b upon minus k so this is negative b upon k अच्छा so they खा ले so alpha plus beta is negative b upon k and k की value खरा है a so alpha plus beta is negative b upon a. हाँ ऐसी दे लिया alpha beta product of zeros k दिखा के वर्षन c upon k को and k की value खरा है a this place so ठंडा तो ये तो zeros coefficient zero दा coefficient पर देवाश के इन्हें दे zero खरे हुए zero नहीं दोमी ये zero नहीं क्यों नहीं so sum of zeros is equal to minus b by a दाने से product of zeros is equal to c upon a. And c upon a मतलब ये compare to example या खरला हो रहे हैं ना zero दा पर खरे जवाब होगा ना alpha plus beta sum of zeros दा खरे जवाब होगा ना अनी मंजूर या खरे तो ना b लना सुरे polynomial b लना सुरे x की coefficient वाला so minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square हाँ ऐसी alpha beta का c लना सुरे constant term divided by coefficient x square so the you name much more answer sum of zeros the product of zeros rest lowers na minus b sum of zeros is minus b by a the product of zeros is c by a is like so on the chiwa kaji and do sima tagi na chiwa thangodi tak ke chushu on sangme yabu tuna na roji find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial did what and verify relationship between the zeros and the coefficients so chiwa yabu shu na zero cheshus zero chesani jela zero the coefficient para jewa you do the verify cheshu do use so 당분 먼저 zero 생각 to be the polynomial so let polynomial the ring table let the polynomial be px variable x in the sum x square plus 7x plus 10 and this is example middle term split example khali है 10 ये करता लिंगी सुरे 5 2 times 10 and 5 the 2 ये दोनों 7 so 5 is 2 छे and कोई common तो नहीं x common छे x plus 5 हाँ ये 2 common तो नहीं x plus 5 हाँ and there is x plus 5 neither common छे x plus 2 and this is example या 0 से हट हुए the condition के चीज़ करे p of x should be equal to 0 so the result p of x should be equal to 0 and मंजूर polynomial 0 so x plus 5 times x plus 2 is equal to 0 इखाने वो रहे इधर दिनी दुनी 0 ले हुआ यहाँ में ना 0 रहे यहाँ में ना 0 रहे so the example either x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0 and plus 5 so case ना अच्छा so negative 5 plus 2 so case में negative so x की value थी negative 5 and negative 2 so therefore the two zeros are negative 5 and negative 0 नहीं the last one number some case one and the 0 the mean 0 당보 이거 songa alpha like 0 नहीं वो 이거 songa beta so 당어서 verify 치가 됩니다 so verify 치가 되어야 खाली verify 치고래나 0다 니 coefficient 니 पारा खरे जवाब so the example 상미 시월 sum of zeros की formula है alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a so this is left hand side भी correct right hand side so हम 먼저 left hand side की वेंदा left hand side alpha plus beta so alpha 신겨 minus 5 beta correct negative 2 so negative 5 다 negative 2 में दोना negative 7 let's one So left hand side the right hand side. Right hand side the sure, right hand side the malangi the quadratic polynomial the compare number so the minus b so b is such a 7 and a is such a 1 so this is a right hand side the minus b by a and minus the b is such a coefficient of x coefficient of x 7 a coefficient of x square 1 negative 7. Therefore, left hand side is equal to right hand side. So sum of zeros we verify sum of zeros the coefficient product of zeros. So product of zeros correct formula alpha times beta is c upon a. Correct? C upon a. So left hand side in the alpha times beta. Alpha correct negative 5, beta correct negative 2. Multiply to this number 10. Right hand side. Okay? C by a. C is the constant term 10. A is the coefficient of x squared. Forget coefficient of x squared 1. So 10. Therefore, again here left hand side is equal to right hand side. Hence, I'm going to the relation between coefficient and zeros are verified. Says one that didn't be how you make boxing find a quadratic polynomial, the sum and product of whose zeros are negative 3 and 2. Quadratic polynomial the issues. So ax square plus bx plus c the issues. Sum the productive. So sum the 0 ki sum the 0 ki product 0 ni don't ni negative 3 0 ni you ni. So the example given kharedo here sum of zero stations alpha the beta ni don't ni kharedo negative 3. Hey, hinji and the dish here runs to kendo to negative negative 3 by 1 depending on some chuakaji or sum of zeros minus b by a or a value constant maimba shiba because cheaper maimba common maimba the less no in English. Currently in a minute, rational number level minus 3 by 1 from teacher. And product of zeros is alpha times beta is 2. Sum of zeros, the product of zeros. And 2 upon 1. But daily the denominator matching it cheaper, matching the cheaper member. So the matching it cheaper in a minute being a teacher. And k is equal to 1. So on the issues on quadratic polynomial k times x squared minus sum of zeros alpha plus beta x plus product of zeros alpha beta. So this example daily k value be 1 number. And that's the being a 1 member the less no and German we are we need LCM here. We need to find the LCM of the denominators. Some del 3 the denominator 2 the 0. So 3 the 2 you get LCM correct 6 and the rational number in a del calling 6. So k value 6 to be a ratio. That to form a quadratic polynomial. The quadratic polynomial solution formula the correct. The king is one only k times x squared minus sum of zeros alpha plus beta x and you are near the 0 plus product of zeros alpha beta. That is sum of zeros minus 3 product of zeros plus 2. Only way to push it that is sum of zeros correct negative 3 product of zeros correct 2. So this simplifies the key value correct 1. The sum x squared minus into minus plus what 3x plus 2. This is the required quadratic polynomial. So this is the manzu thari ki lezin the string and thamadelia number samegi the chubegi exercise 2.2 number chiwa de thambe number ya thuktu ibe number ya thuktu shwe and samegi yawushin de washu de china.